Ha 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 ha, yeah. So, something that cost me £5 on eBay would have cost near hundreds of pounds at least. Sorry, I'm sitting on some packet actually. Hang on. Anyway, so, funny story. This arrived whilst I was out. I popped out for like 10-15 minutes to go to the shops to get something for my lunch. And I was like, oh, but that Miele's supposed to come. So I was like, a bit wavy to go, but in the end I went. Took a bit longer than planned. And the big box was in the porch. And I'm like, oh, it actually arrived. Chances of that. So it's a Miele S4780. Now, this is... If I can get the... Alright, there we go. This is perhaps... maybe the most expensive Miele I've got / had. It came with all of its tools. And it was on eBay. It was £5 I won it for. I had one bid against me. I had a couple bids against me, but they never took it much further than £5. I was prepared to pay loads for this. I think my max bid was like £30 or something. Now, I'm going to start with this Akinova battery. Now, it says it's charging here. I've had it on and off a couple times. I literally pulled this out of the box, then I went and downed my lunch, but the battery was in the Akinova and it was switched on. So it was turned on and I flipped the switch, I pressed the switch, and I was getting no response from that. So I put the battery on charge, went and had my lunch, took me 5 minutes, came back, it was fully charged on the green light. So, and these are actually pretty good. My friends in America had one, and it was pretty good when it was working. Theirs in America lasted pretty good. It was just rugs in their house. It was a huge house. They had a Miele S600, huge house. Huge house. Huge house. It was really huge, in case you couldn't tell. Marble floors, wood floors. Anyway, they had a lot of rugs, and they had this huge rug in their huge living room. Little area rugs dotted about the place and doormats, but apart from that, none. So basically what I do is tackle the big rug, then put it on charge, then vac all the seat. Look, it's gone green. Vac all the area around the rug with the like standard head, and then do another rug and just continue the process. So that's nice. It's in quite good condition. Bristles have life in them. It's got muck on it. But hang on a minute, bit move that bit of paper so it's not in shot. Yeah, this is the upholstery tool. It is very dusty. And the reason they were selling it, and perhaps why it's so dusty, is the description said engine had dust sucked into it but could be fixed. But the dusting brush is pretty mint. The crevice tool's pretty good as well, just a bit dusty. That clips on the tube. I believe later Miele S4s had the bracket that slots on the end of the hose, but this one doesn't. It has the triscopic tube. I've always wanted one of these. And, well, I've got my tripod here actually. So I'll just slide this in and show you how this tube works. So basically there's two parts. There's this fat part and then a thin part. So basically it goes pretty long. But the thing is that although they call it the triscopic tube, it's not hugely longer than a normal one because the actual sections of the tube are shorter. But it goes taller than a normal one. This is the floor head. Good condition apart from that bit of plaster dust there. That'll clean off. It's like a Sebo K1 head that. It's got a squeegee, one row of brushes, metal base plate. Like what a Henry has these days but without a metal plate. And the handle with the remote control, which I presume needs a battery because it's not lighting up. And, oh, my hand's bleeding. Oh, that's a bit of a problem. It'll be fine. Dry skin cracks and flakes away like a snowstorm. Anyway, that handle's the comfort handle. I've got one of these that has a light on it. That if you press the button you get a light, but apart from that, I've never had one with remote controls. I suppose if that battery's fully charged, we best take it off. Now, I know you'll be thinking this as well, but I am dying to have a go at this Akinova. I want to know if it really works. Our battery terminal's a wee bit crusty there. Let me pick that bit of dust off. There. So I'm going to insert it into the power head. I suppose it is a power head, isn't it? It uses electric to turn the brush. Let's pull the hose out, and we have a scrappy Miele behind us, which the motor doesn't work too well on either. But I want to just plug it in and see what we can do with this vacuum overhead, you know, see if we can get a bit of life in it. Maybe after I use it it'll charge properly, because I highly doubt that. I presume it's not been used in a long time, but this is actually in really good condition. I mean, it's got some marks on it, but a bit of paint that I can scrub off, but really good condition. Now actually, interesting to note, on off button, which makes a horrible noise, but I'm not trying to point now. It says Max on it. Now Roger, good old Roger, has one of these, different colour, slightly lighter blue, and is just as a normal on off button. Now that could be because I noticed that I was reading the instruction manual for one of these, or a similar Miele that had this setup, and you can still use the battery, the Hoover, when the batteries in the handle are flat. And what you had to do is press this button and hit the HEPA reset, and that would just make it bypass all this and it would go on the highest setting. So maybe if you press maximum, like the max button, it just comes on. Now this, I won't put the suction too high, motor's a wee bit iffy. Let's see what happens when we connect the vacuum over. Oh, it works! Well, not really. Let's flatten the battery anyway. See, it kind of works. I'm just gonna... Alright, I think we're dead. I think we're dead. Yeah. We're pretty dead. So that doesn't work too well, does it? However, let's go popping that on charge again. I'll stand up and put it on charge, and we'll see if it charges a bit more. Because it probably hasn't been charged in a few years. Because by the look of it, it's been in storage, because there was quite a lot of cobwebs on the back of this. Okay, now that's on charge again. Now, let's inspect the main machine. There's all that information. It is dinky. It's extremely dinky. But quite heavy, quite hefty. I can see why the S6 was a bit classed as an upgrade. It's got a lot of stuff on the back. It is quite old. That's an old style Miele plug. That looks really bad on camera, but actually it's just a slight cracked bit of skin. That is. It's actually a lot older than I thought. If I look inside, engine had dust sucked into it, but could be fixed. Ah, it's an old style FGM Miele bag, which should close, but it doesn't. And in essence, whenever I lift this lid up, instead of the bag just sliding out, it gets pulled up and comes up like that. The bag is disgusting, but that's the least of our worries right now. I mean, at least in a way it was genuine. This is in quite a state. Look at this filter. It has a Miele Super Air Clean filter here, which is sometimes a blessing in disguise, because these filter better than the other filter, so in theory it could have protected the motor, right? So obviously hasn't had filters or bags in it for a long time, because it's been a long time since they used these bags. Here's our problem. That's quite a lot of sawdust, isn't it? That's really quite battered. Not battered, dusty. So who knows what this will sound like when we plug it in. But that, I mean this, a near, who knows how much it costs, but also that's a wee bit knackered. It kind of works. I'm not putting this bag back in. It doesn't even self-seal like it should. Anyway, the bag is very dusty and very small actually. Well, it is an FGM. I'm just going to lower that, and is that our on-off switch there? Yeah, that's our on-off switch. Let's just put that back in and forget about that for a minute. I mean, the underside, it's in good condition, so it's a great example, apart from the fact that it most likely does not work. So apparently, I think it must run to an extent, because they said it could be fixed. So I would have suspected that if it was just dead, they would have said engine has died or something, but they said engine had dust sucked into it. Don't really know if there's a way to date these. There's loads of date wheels on these older Miele's, but it doesn't give you a date. It just points to some kind of... There's probably a way I can date it. I could probably send a serial number to Miele. Let's see. 7534427. No idea. Maybe that bit at the bottom tells us it's 2006. I don't know. But what is an expensive vacuum cleaner has been destroyed by some use and abuse. Now I don't know if it turns off when you park it. I think it should. But I can't see the wee switch for it, so maybe it doesn't. Right, so next instalment to this, well, it's maybe not a series as such, but we're going to start cleaning it up and plug it in and just see what happens. I mean, what's the worst that could actually happen? Come on. Nothing really. Anyway, thank you for watching. Maybe it'll be working one day. I think I might tap up Sam, Beko1987, see if he'll do us another Magic Miele restoration. Anyway, thanks very much for watching.